Good morning. Welcome to the final episode for 2017 of Heart Jar Moments. Yep, this is the series where I take these little pieces of paper out of my little jar that I travel with all over the place. I've got these pieces of paper that I've written down experiences from my life, lessons I've learned, and my intention is to share them with you to either remind you of something you already know, introduce to you a new idea that may make your day a little bit brighter. So I'm Gina DeGirolamo. I am the founder of Healing Heart TV, and I'll be your host for this little moment here. So anyways, what I pulled out of the jar today is, this is a great time to be alive. It's good that old systems are falling apart. And isn't this a great time for us to talk about this? The end of one year going into a new year. So let's see, where should I start with this one? I think I want to start with just the idea that if something in your life is falling apart right now, know that this is an awesome time for you to be alive and go through this experience. Because there is a ton of evidence, information, and knowledge that's out here, out in the internet, out in the world, out with science and researchers and spiritual teachers and all kinds of coaches and guides that will help you get through what is happening in your life. And also to know that if it's falling apart, it's a good sign because it means it's going to drift away and it has not been serving you. So, like I said, you know, these are notes that I make from experiences in my own life. So I believe the most recent biggest experience that I can equate to this would be the falling apart of my past relationship. Now, I'm in my third committed relationship in my life, and it is by far the best, most easiest, most joyful relationship I've ever had. Doesn't mean I didn't love my other two partners and didn't love those relationships, but there was a lot of turmoil and they needed to fall apart when they fell apart. And they may have needed to fall apart even prior to when they actually did fall apart. But I was holding on because of fear of the unknown, of what would happen if I did let them go. But I knew in my heart that they needed to fall apart. So the most recent one was, I think now 5 years ago. It was really 2013 when we really separated our household. I had to move out of my home. I loved that home so much. I really wanted to stay in that home for a long time, and but I had to leave the home. I couldn't afford it. My partner was able to buy me out at the time, so that was beneficial. But I have to tell you, it took me a very, very, very long time to let go, even though it was a very painful process, even though it was very painful staying in the relationship. I was afraid of what to do, of the unknown. But the moment I made the choice to just step out in faith and trust that the universe had something great in store for me, and I started listening to my own heart, I can't tell you how relieved I felt and how joyful and how exciting life became. It didn't mean that there weren't some difficult, scary times, and it didn't mean that I would want to pull back and go back to my old way of being, but I just knew, and I was surrounding myself with information, with people who were able to support me and guide me through it and help me step into new ways of being. And really, that's what it's about. So if something's falling apart in your life, it's a good thing because it means it doesn't work anymore, and it means something better and greater is there for you. But you have to be the one to be open to accepting new ways of being, and you have to be the one to step out into the unknown. Because the unknown is where the magic happens. The unknown is where miracles happen. That's what we call a miracle. When something unexpected happens, when something that you can't believe, that something that God or the universe, whatever you choose to connect to, whatever that image is that you choose to connect to, is guiding you. That's where the magic happens. But you have to do your part, and you have to be strong, and you have to be faithful and trusting and willing to go to those spaces. We're living in a world where systems are falling apart. Political systems, economic systems, even the ideas of medicine, all kinds of systems are falling apart. And that's a good thing. It really is a good thing. It's scary, sure, because there's unknown, but it's an opportunity for greater to come about. It's an opportunity for growth. Just like the Chinese always look at a crisis as an opportunity, a time of opportunity, not a time for fear, but a time for change and growth. So that's what I'm going into 2018 with, even though, this part of my life, my relationship is really wonderful and great, and I love it, and I cherish it, and I nurture it, but there's still unknowns in it, and my partner and I are committed, my wife and I are committed to growing together, and we're on this path together, and it's great, and we know there's so much more out there for us, so we're excited about that. I am, in 2018, intending to educate myself even more, even deeper into the field of the mind-body connection and energy healing and meditation and all these areas, because this is really where I want to focus my time from now on. I'm creating a new life for myself, and there's a lot of unknowns there, the unknown of which area should I study the most? Where should I get certification in? Where can I begin a practice? All of these things. But I'm excited about it. Where am I going to get the money to, pay for the schooling and the education? I'm not sure exactly right this moment, but I do know it's going to be available. I do know there's opportunities because the world is flattened out, right? We can connect right here, online. There's great masters and teachers available. So I invite you to think about the unknown. If something's falling apart in your life, really lean into it. Don't pull back. As hard as it is to do something new, it's the only way you're going to get something new. So if you're approaching a problem with the same mind, just like Albert Einstein taught us, you can't solve a problem at the same level of mind that created the problem. So we need to step into new minds, new ways of being, and be excited about the unknown. So I'm excited. I really hope you guys have a fantastic New Year's and you go into it with beautiful energy and just open arms and be ready for an exciting time of your life. So like Healing Heart TV, comment and share. Let's spread this good energy around our communities and be the light in your life. Be the light in someone's life today. And Happy New Year. Thank you for being with me on this journey.